Hello, my name is Tess Secor, and with me today I have Hope Hardin, Patrick Bowman, Christopher Lowell, and Jacob Wasshausen. And today we are going to talk about wearable technology and why vets for pets should explore using it. Today we are going to go over our introduction, our trends, our analysis, which includes cost estimates, benefits, limitations, and risk, our conclusion, and then our appendix. Wearables are a line of electronic devices that can be worn by a user. Wearables are a hand-free device that include fitness trackers, heart rate monitors, smart glasses, smartwatches, and many, many more devices. Wearables can monitor your heart rate, your steps walked, your calories burned, and many more things as well. So wearables have many key features and lots of benefits, one of them being technology. Technology plays a significant role in the functionality and culture of a company. Apps such as Google Keep, Outlook, and many more are continually being developed to increase functionality. So, wearables are also laden with smart sensors that track our movement and biometrics. They're often using Bluetooth to sync wirelessly to our smartphone. Sensors connect remotely with a person's device to achieve goals. Some goals include, but are not limited to, staying fit, monitoring weight, staying more organized, and tracking your mental and physical health. Another key feature of wearables is safety. New health and safety features now alert users of irregularities and health concerns through features like ECG tests, fall detection, and step trackers, in case of a life-threatening situation. Wearable devices can show first responders this real-time, vital data from wearables before they arrive at the scene of emergencies. Another key feature of wearables is real-time tracking. As employees become familiar and comfortable with wearables, real-time tracking can be applied to daily operations. With the incorporation of wearables, performance and culture are two of several areas that are bound to be affected in a positive manner as well. All of these key features show why vets for pets should explore wearable devices in their work area.
Among some of the trends regarding wearables, we would like to inform you that wearables are used across industries, including, but not limited to, the healthcare, law enforcement, manufacturing, and many more industries. Wearables are used for different reasons in different industries, which has led to the development of a multitude of wearable technology that we will later discuss. In the healthcare industries, wearables are used for health tracking, blood pressure readings, and monitoring of the cardiovascular system. Uses of these types of wearables are becoming popular in hospitals and even insurance agencies. The popularity of these devices has grown amongst consumers and employees. In the healthcare industry, insurance agencies are creating new policies that include wearables. John Hancock, one of the earliest insurers in the U.S., have created life policies that include interactive studies that require smartwatches. These smartwatches retrieve data that is then used to make certain policy decisions. In the medical field, doctors, nurses, and other staff members use wearables to replace traditional devices. As for the business practices that are impacted by wearable technology in healthcare, one would be the way x-rays are viewed in the workforce. This practice is being impacted by the use of smart glasses, which allow you to view a person's x-ray the same way you would in the operating room. Another practice that is being impacted is the way you measure someone's heart rate. Instead of using heart rate monitors, people are now using smart devices. Isn't that fascinating?
Many of the trends we see happening today have been very beneficial in the workplace. For example, smart glasses are being used in many different industries, but to name a few, medical personnel are using them to view x-rays both in and out of the operating room, while the manufacturing industry is using them to help boost productivity and reduce man-made errors. Smart glasses are far from the only wearable being used in the workplace. Many police officers are currently using body cams out in the field. These body cams are useful both in capturing evidence and holding police officers accountable for if they do anything wrong. When most people think of wearables, they think of small devices that use a battery and connect to the internet, or another device like a smartwatch, smart glasses, or body cams. But this is far from the extent of what wearables consist of. In fact, Ford Motor Company is currently using wearables that don't require a battery and are entirely mechanical. The device's main job is to assist assembly line workers in their day-to-day jobs by allowing them to work longer and with more ease without getting fatigued. It has also been proven to give workers that are getting older the ability to do some of the jobs that they had previously given to the younger workers due to their inability to work for an extended period of time on that particular job. While some of these wearable trends may not be all that beneficial to vets for pets, I do believe seeing those trends really illustrates the new path in which workplaces are moving and how wearables can be beneficial in almost any field. For vets for pets in particular, wearables like smart glasses, just like previously discussed with medical professionals, can be used for veterinarians to easily look at an X-ray image to assist in surgery and to allow a veterinarian to observe an X-ray anywhere, as opposed to only places with the appropriate lighting. Another type of wearable that can be used to help vets for pets is the smartwatch. This is because it can be used to easily track what care has been performed with a pet, what care still needs to be done with a pet, and what care will need to be done in the future with a pet. Smartwatches would also allow for hands-free communication between veterinarians and vet techs. That could be used in a situation when they have their hands full and using a regular phone might be impractical or impossible.
Wearable health technology is one of the most interesting emerging trends in U.S. healthcare. If patient-generated data can be directly synced to electronic health records, then doctors can monitor patient activities such as step counts or heart rates without actually seeing the patients, and they can spot trends in their patient populations. So there's huge potential for it to reduce healthcare costs and really revolutionize how preventative medicine is carried out at the moment. We studied wearable fitness trackers and smartphone apps, and specifically we asked over 900 adults whether they track their weight, diet, or exercise using a smartphone app or digital fitness tracker. So only a quarter of Americans are currently using some kind of digital device to track that. About half of respondents said that they'd be willing to use a fitness tracker if their physician provided it to them. Almost 60% of respondents said they would be more likely to track their health if they could receive lower health insurance premiums, and we see that as a significant opportunity. HealthKit is probably going to push sort of wearable tracking into the mainstream. It's been really relegated just to the fitness community, but now that everyone with an iPhone automatically has this capability, Epic and Apple recently announced a partnership where users of Apple's HealthKit mobile application can automatically have their data synced into Epic's patient portals. So if you are a patient at a hospital using Epic, your data can automatically be uploaded and your physician can look at it before you come in and review your lifestyle, your activity.
Due to the large sum of money typically needed to make wearables, it makes sense to buy parts in bulk order to receive discounts. Along with manufacturing, marketing costs are responsible for a substantial portion of cost for wearables. If you're seeking to get into the wearable market, expenses will range from hundreds of thousands to millions of dollars. If you're looking to buy wearable technology just to be used in your company, technological expenses will be a direct result as they begin to increase. There are several benefits to wearing wearable technology in the workplace, some being the potential to enhance productivity rates, an increase in employee satisfaction rates, and promotion of employee wellness, fitness, and safety. Wearables have benefited countless industries, including the retail industry, the high-hazard construction industry, and manufacturing industries. One of the examples I would like to discuss is how employees use wearables to look up products. In the retail industry, employees are provided with smartwatches where they're able to look up products in a quick manner. Now, statistically speaking, employee satisfaction rates increase when more resources are available to make their job more efficient. So, when you begin implementing wearables in your company, it's only reasonable for employee satisfaction rates to begin to increase because they can do their job at a better or higher level, which in the end, it makes the company look great.
While wearables do have many advantages, they also have their share of limitations. The first of these is size. Some of the problems with the smaller size of wearables are that on their screens it's harder to see what's going on and it's harder to type on the screen and do web searches. Another limitation is the battery. Um, the battery for wearables, they usually take they usually have to be charged at least once a day, if not multiple times, depending on which device specifically you're using, which is really annoying at times. And as for price, there is a barrier to entry that is a limitation because of how expensive the wearables can cost. And then if you're buying it for a company like Vets for Pets, you have to account for every single employee that you're going to be buying the wearables for. So all in all, you have to weigh these limitations as you're deciding on whether or not to buy the wearables. Buying wearables can open people up to new or additional risks. So, three of the risks that stand out are extensive pricing, data theft, and privacy concerns. As for extensive pricing, the one of the risks is that if you buy a wearable, most of the time you have to link another device with it, which means you have to pay for, say, an iPhone or a tablet or some other device that you could link with it. As for data theft, cyber theft is common with devices that connect to Wi-Fi, and by having a wearable, you're opening yourself up to those kinds of risks. Um, and for privacy concerns, um, most wearables track your location and they have all of your health information. And some wearables have been known, like the companies who make them, have been known to sell that information to third parties, which can be very dangerous. So the risks also need to be looked into before making any hard decisions on whether or not to move forward with buying wearables.
So to quickly review what my team just said, wearables are just pretty much becoming, the next big thing. With all the different industries, the healthcare industry, law enforcement, manufacturing, so many different industries hopping on this wave of, of using these devices in their operations. They're seeing, great benefits overall. While the devices does come with some limitations and risk, as we discussed, overall we believe that Vets for Pets could really benefit from this. So what we suggest going forward is that you discuss this with your employees first. As we stated, employees can begin to feel a sense of privacy. They could feel like they're lacking, we should say lacking a sense of privacy, because certain devices can allow employers to track the employees. So, you really want to discuss this with your team. You want to make sure that everyone's on board with these devices. You want to see how they feel about it. We really believe that this can, set you guys up for success. And as far as the next step we suggest is that you guys create a plan. By creating this plan, we believe that you guys will be able to reduce cost and you will be able to reduce the risk associated with the wearables. So, the steps to reduce cost, I think you guys should take the steps as to, looking at the different vendors. While we told you guys that the top two vendors are Apple and Samsung, there are other vendors that you can consider. But if you did want to just look at those top two, we strongly suggest you maybe go with Samsung, while Apple, it's going to be more on the expensive side because, you know, it comes with that brand awareness of having an Apple device. But, you know, the Samsung device is just as well, it does just as good. And also, you know, looking at the different devices, we also suggest you guys do that by looking at the different devices. You know, you can look at those different costs because, you know, wearables consist of something as small as a smartwatch and can go as far as, you know, smart glasses and all types of other devices that people are constantly creating. So by looking at those different devices, that's also a way that you guys can be prepared to reduce costs. And the last part of that plan would be to, you know, take the steps to, or write it down the steps to reduce the risk. And I guess you can say discussing it with employees is already, you know, one of those steps because it takes away the risk of privacy concerns that the employees tend to have with wearables. So if you're already talking with your team, you're already prepared, and, you know, your employees are already letting you know that they're open to that potential risk of possibly being tracked, I guess you can say. But hopefully no one's tracking employees. And then the last, you know, risk we would look at is the data theft. If you guys have already prepared a plan to, you know, reduce the risk of, you know, data being stolen, then, you know, that sets us up for success as well. So overall, we believe that, you know, you guys should really consider utilizing these wearables because, as we said, you know, it increases productivity. It's made operations more effective and efficient. So we believe, you know, the wearables can be very beneficial, and that's all we have. And here are a list of our references.